Today on This Ain't No Buffet, we're making lobster hot dogs and pan-seared diver scallops here in the demonstration kitchen at Southwest Gas. Welcome to This Ain't No Buffet. I'm Claude Lamberts, Director of the Culinary Program at UNLV.
And I'm Diane Limpersert of the Hank Greenspan School of Journalism and Media Studies.
Today we're cooking with Southwest Gas here in their demonstration kitchen.
We have a very exciting show planned for today. Our guest is Chef John Grimo, and he will be preparing pan-seared scallops. But before we get to that, I understand that you're going to make lobster hot dogs?
Lobster hot dogs. Now we're going to have to do this pretty quick here because we got a lot of things to do. So while I'm making this, I'm going to have you make the sauce. It's a variation of a remoulade sauce. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our lobster and just put a little cut like this, but we don't want to cut it all the way through. And we don't want to cut it through the back because that's normally where you would do it. Pull it out, broil it like you would and get it in a restaurant. We want to do it the other way because we want to be able to use the color. So if you want to rip me off a nice piece of saran wrap.
How large?
Well, so I can cover the board.
All right.
And I'm going to, at the meantime here, I'm just going to cut through the lobster here, but I'm not cutting it through. I just want to open it up in what we call butterflying. And if you want to lay that right on the board. Okay. And get me another piece just like that. Okay. Okay, and just lay it right on top of the lobster. Same time, we're going to go and make our filling for our lobster. We're going to take some shrimp, put it in a food processor. And we're going to chop that all up.
Lay it right on top of this?
Right on top.
All right.
Okay, we're going to turn this on and get this little ground up a little bit.
And we are mixing shrimp. What kind of shrimp is that?
Just any kind of shrimp that's pretty small. We don't want to make it too expensive in large shrimp, so use peeled and deveined shrimp. I'm just going to add a little bit of cream just to soften it up a little bit. Okay, and then we're going to put a little barbecue spice in there, just a little bit to give it a little bit of flavor. You can put anything you want in there. We'll put this, a little bit of barbecue spice.
Do you want me to get started on the salsa?
Just 1 second here. Let me put this in there, put a little of that. We're going to put a little bit of sea salt. Well, I don't want to put the plastic in there. That's no good.
Yeah.
Put a little sea salt in there, and we'll just let that grind up a little bit. Okay. What I need you to do is to sit there and put approximately a half a cup of mayonnaise in there.
All right.
So just grab yourself a spoon and start doing that. At the same time, I'm going to start pounding my lobster.
Is this a good amount?
Oh, that's good. You're doing good.
All right.
Okay, now you want to sit there and put a tablespoon of chili sauce and a tablespoon of relish.
Okay.
Okay, now we got a nice mixture going here. We'll just stop that. And we're going to take, we'll take your spoon now because I need that spoon. Thank you. And I just need to smear a little of this filling on the hot dog.
And what kind of sauce are we making today?
It's a variation of a remoulade sauce. Okay, we need to save the plastic a little bit here because we use that later. Now we just want to take a little bit of this filling. Now if you want to do this at home and you want to make sure you got the right flavor for your sauce or for your filling, just put a little boiling water on the stove and then take a little bit of this just the way you see it, and then put it inside her, just like a little dab. I could probably put it right in our stock we have here. You just put it in there like this, cook it, and then taste it, and then you know if you got enough seasoning in it or not. Because that's always a variable. Well, let's
You can
smear
always
this
change
around.
it if you want more flavor, less flavor.
Yes.
Am I going to be adding anything more to this?
A little bit,
before I
a few
mix it?
drops of Worcestershire.
Okay.
Okay, and we're just going to smear this around a little bit. Okay, and then put a pinch of pepper and a pinch of dried chives and a little cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper. You make it as spicy as you want to eat it.
I like spicy, so.
Oh, go for it. All right, now while you're mixing that up, I want to roll our hot dog. We just take that mixture and you just take your saran wrap and just roll it up. Now what you're doing here is you're taking an expensive item and making it larger.
Okay.
So lobster's expensive, it's not very cheap.
Sure not.
Now I can make this big and fat by adding more shrimp and so
Okay.
on. And in doing that, I can make it like a sausage. But we want a hot dog shape because we're going to put that in a hot dog bun. Let me just take some of that first plastic, we'll just cut that, rip that in half.
And we haven't cooked it yet, or have we?
No, we haven't cooked
We've
anything.
not. Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to take this and we're going to tie this off. I know, this is probably the hardest thing about making this, is just tying it
Okay.
off. Make a little knot here. And just pull it nice and tight. And we'll cut off the ends. Now, I'm going to take this and put it in a stock that I've already got going over here. It's a lobster stock. We just let that cook. I'll turn up the heat a little bit more. I took the shell that we had in our first lobster, put that in there. I got some a lobster stock that I had made earlier. I put some lemon in there, a little bit of wine. Again, you can put anything you want.
Any stock we want, okay?
Anything you want at all. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to melt a little butter. Because things that we don't do anymore in most of our restaurants is toast our bun for hot dogs.
And how long are we going to let the lobster simmer?
Oh, it doesn't take long. Now this is a great thing. I could take it out right now, take some bacon, wrap it around it, and then put it out on your barbecue.
Okay.
You could sit there and pick it bacon and wrap it around it and stick it in the oven. You want to just do it without bacon, you could sit there and roll it in butter and saute it. You could do all kinds of things with the
You
product.
can vary it, okay.
It's a great way of cooking. And we'll just take this and move this a little bit. Make sure we're cooking all the way through. And then we're going to toast the bun. There.
And how do you know when it's done? Like, we don't want to overcook it, but we also don't want to undercook it. So what's a sign that we should look
Well,
for?
it's almost like a steak. You just sit there and feel it. You
Okay.
take it, and I'll show you how to do that. You just lift
Great.
this up, a little bit of plastic here. Might be a little warm. And you just sit there and squeeze it. That's not done.
Okay. And
It's
how
very,
long
very simple.
should this take from preparation to finish?
For this, sometimes it'll take, probably at home, it'll probably take you about 20, 30 minutes just for the fact that maybe you've never done it before.
Okay.
But just doing that, and should be done enough. There, we have a nice toasted bun. While we're waiting that to cook, you want to put your sauce inside here.
Okay.
We'll have
Make
that
sure
all
it's
ready.
mixed in good there.
And what we'll do is we're going to take some chips. We have some malt vinegar chips. We'll just take that and we'll put this on the plate. There you go. And we'll just stick that right there. We'll just throw that over there for now. Just let this simmer just a bit.
Smells so good. I can't wait to try it.
And again, it's
It smells like butter.
we're going to, our piece is just about done here, so you can test it, making sure that
Okay.
we did it all right.
My
Okay,
favorite
we're-
part, trying the food.
Okay. You want to give me another spoon? Give me that fork. That fork will do. All right, now you can have a little shrimp dumpling.
Shrimp dumpling. I want it too hot. Burn myself.
Now that's the filling that's going to go inside. Enough seasoning? Again, now before I would put
Great
that,
flavor.
before I put that in the lobster, I could make and put something else in there or add more of or whatever. Okay, and we're just about done here. It's boiling good.
Letting all the flavors seep in.
Okay, now we'll just take that out. Hot. Now we'll put our bun in here, just like that. It's going to get a little juicy here.
Okay. It's like a regular hot dog, but classier.
Just about. Okay, and then we just want to slide this off.
It's like perfect.
Here's your hot dog. Then we'll take a little bit of these dried chives and just put it up on the top, and a little extra cayenne pepper. A little cayenne pepper on top of your sauce. You're all set to roll.
We're done?
You're done.
That was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Quick and easy.
Okay. You want to give it a try?
Okay.
Okay, while you're tasting that, I'm going to sit there and go through the ingredients. We're starting out with 2 lobster tails, a half a pound of shrimp, some barbecue spice, hot dog buns, a 1/4 cup of chili sauce, a half a cup of mayonnaise, some whipping cream, Worcestershire sauce, 1/4 cup of relish, and some cayenne pepper, and garlic is optional.
Stay with us. Chef John Grima will join us when we come back.
The inability to breathe, snot pouring out of your nose, it's a real hairy business. As a firefighter, I'm a student of the weather, and I've noticed that there's a change that's occurred in the last several years. We're having many more large and damaging fires. Sometimes thousands of fires will occur. If the climate changes and we don't have the water we need, California could dry up and blow away.
Welcome back to This Ain't No Buffet. Diane, will you introduce us to our next guest?
I'd love to, Claude. This is Chef John Grimo, the UNLV Executive Chef. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I appreciate it.
What are you going to prepare today?
What I have today is a diver Nantucket scallop, and I'm going to pan sear that. And then I'm going to make a wild mushroom and fennel and broccoli rabe ragu. And I'm going to top it with a infused saffron and tomato concasse olive oil. And then I'm going to dress it with a little microgreens and a little bit of Parmesan Reggiano.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds great to me. Let's get started.
First things first is what I want to do is get the pan nice and hot to saute, okay? But the thing is, I don't want to get it too hot where it burns the product, okay? Today, I'm going to use a little bit of, I used an olive oil and a little bit of canola blend. Put a little bit in. You don't want to use too much because you don't want the product to soak it up, okay?
Right.
Then we have here, we have some nice diver scallops.
Okay, and I've heard pan-seared before. What exactly is pan-seared?
Pan-seared is a high heat with a little amount of oil, and you want to get a nice brown on it, okay? See how it's smoking now? That's what we're looking for right there, a little bit higher. Here, it's got a little sizzle to it. Okay, that's what we're looking for. We're going to serve 4 to an order, and these are 10-20 scallops.
10-20 scallops.
Yeah, that means there's 10 to 20 scallops in a pound.
And how many people should this serve?
This could serve 2 people.
2 people for 2.
And see how it's getting nice and brown? You're going to lower the heat though. Most people, they don't watch the heat, and sometimes it burns, okay? I always check for a little seasoning, add a little salt, okay?
So we're looking for it to be brown on top on both sides?
And still, most people overcook seafood, right?
Okay.
But what I do is I cook it until it's a little opaque. Opaque means a little bit more than white, okay? So we're getting a nice sear on that. See that? You don't want to burn them.
Okay.
You always got to adjust your heat. Okay, see how it's a little high? The heat won't adjust itself, okay?
Oh, I didn't know that, John.
No, one of my students goes,
That's very good.
one of my students one day goes, why isn't it turning down? I go, it should turn down? Yeah, you'll be all right. So that's what I'm looking for right there, okay? Because they're going to have a little overtime cooking over here, okay?
I'm really excited to try it.
Yeah. What I do is I put them on a rack. After the rack, it lets it sit, okay? because all those juices are going to seal and everything
Okay.
like that. Then I'm going to get this. This is a brazier or a small rondeau, and it has a very thick bottom to it, so things don't burn. And that's what you make the ragu out of.
So you need a brazier to make ragu.
You brazier or a saute pan, but this, it doesn't burn because you want it to braise, and when you do a ragu, it just come together. All
Okay.
right, you want it to simmer, okay? And that's what you're looking for.
And what exactly is a ragu?
A ragu is a combination of, you can use beef, you can use vegetables, you can use lamb ragu. It's a combination of things, and it's put together. It's almost like a stew. That's a good name for it, a stew or a thick, hearty sauce, you know? Did you ever hear ragu, the tomato?
Yeah, I've heard about it. I just want to know exactly what was it. Yeah.
First, I'm going to add the fennel, thin slice. Okay.
Get a nice licorice flavor out of that.
Yeah, nice.
And
liquid.
fennel is an herb. What exactly
Fennel
is
is
a
a
fennel?
root vegetable.
Root vegetable.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting that going. These things are hot, aren't they? Okay.
Gets hot quick.
We'll get hot real quick. Gas heat, the best. Gotta have gas. Okay.
I'm really excited to try it.
Yeah. What do you got here? Is nice flavors, combination of flavors, and things like that. Okay. So I'm just gonna sweat all this down. It's all gonna come together. Then I'm adding a couple different wild mushrooms. Okay. This one's a cremini.
Cremini.
Yeah.
And what's the difference between cremini and, say, a wild mushroom or?
These are mostly, now a lot of these are cultivated on farms and things like that.
Okay.
But they are considered wild. This is a real good one. This is a, they call it oyster mushroom.
Oyster
Okay,
mushroom.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's cultivated today too anyway, so there's getting something wild, especially here in Las Vegas, is
Yeah.
tough.
Do
Yeah.
you need to go to a specialty store to get these mushrooms, or can you just get them at a regular grocery store?
Yeah, you can. These days, regular grocery stores have a lot of things, you know. And like you got so much produce that's available, meat, seafood, and things like that that people can go and get right now. You always saute. You always season as you go.
Always
Salt.
season.
I always use kosher salt. I don't use iodized salt. I really don't like it. I think it gives a
What about sea salt? Do you recommend
sea salt's
using
very
sea salt?
good. Yes.
I'm
Very
a big
good.
fan of sea
Yeah.
salt.
See, I'm just sweating this down a little bit. See how I'm doing that? Lower the heat a little bit. Okay.
Don't want to burn anything.
No, just want to sweat it down. That's all you're doing. See.
Wonderful.
Then I always add my garlic a little bit later so it won't burn. And I usually add it. And I usually slice my garlic. I really, really chop it. When I chop it, maybe on a marinade.
Okay.
Then I made a little bit of, this is a shallot.
Shallot?
And I really, really chop this one though because it brings out the oil and the flavors of that. Okay. So I'm just going to reduce this stuff down. Can you smell it?
I can smell it. It
In the-
smells delicious.
Then we're going to be putting in the broccoli rabe. Okay? It looks like broccoli rabe. It looks like broccoli. Okay? See it with the stem? But it's really part of the turnip family.
Okay.
And I got the stem. See the broccoli? That's the bud. And it looks like broccoli. See it? That's why
Okay.
they call it broccoli rabe.
So we're going to want to cook this as well?
Yeah, I'm going to
Just
cook it down.
brown it,
Yep,
warm
sweat it
up.
down.
Okay.
Yep. Once again, salt and pepper. There's-
Always season.
Yeah.
You want lots of flavors.
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful.
Broccoli rabe is excellent with fish. I do it with meats and everything like that. I grew up on this stuff. My father used to grow it. We used to eat it all the time. It's like a mustard green, you know. Sometimes they're bitter, but when you add certain things to it, it comes out nice flavor.
When you cook it, is it still bitter or
No,
is it bitter raw?
it excludes that flavor when it comes out. See how easy it comes down though? It's a leafy vegetable. Comes out really good. Next, the most important part, wine.
Wine.
Yep, a little bit
So,
of wine.
will I get drunk if I eat
No.
No,
Because
okay.
you got to burn the alcohol off. That's later, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, you got to burn that alcohol off, okay? See how it's coming off? Okay?
We're just adding it in for the flavor.
Yes,
Okay.
the wine, the acidity of the wine. See how
Diane,
that,
you would have a problem if you got drunk on that little bit of wine.
yeah. See how it's reducing down?
Yeah.
See it?
Now you
Okay.
get that nice bouquet.
Yeah, and then right over here, you can add any stock you want, okay? I made a little bit of roasted red pepper and a little bit of chicken stock, and it has a touch of roasted garlic in it. That's just to bring it all together, the ragu together. Okay?
And why do we add this towards the end?
Because it gives it flavor and it reduces it down, and all the flavors come together. Okay, I added about 3
Mixes
ounces.
aromas.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let that reduce down a little bit, Claude. Okay.
You're doing good.
All right. What I'm going to do is, can you hold on to that?
I most certainly
What I'm going to do next is put a little butter in there just to finish it off. Butter's good. There you go.
Yeah, well,
Butter is always good. I agree.
That's
There you
enough.
go. And that brings it together. When you add butter to things, it brings it together. Okay, next, I'm going to make an infused olive oil, okay?
Infused olive oil.
Yeah, what I did today is I took olive oil and added saffron, okay? Saffron's an herb, okay? Okay, see that right there? It's the buds of a plant, okay, the thymuses, all right? Then I'm just gonna take that, mix it. You can mix it while you're sitting there. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of tomato concasse, okay?
What is tomato concasse? Exactly.
Tomato concasse is a fancy word for to peel and de-seed a tomato. And you just can't do it. If you ever try to peel a tomato, it wouldn't
You're all
work.
set here.
Yeah, that's looking real good right there. And what I do off this is I take it off the heat, okay? And I'm sorry about concasse. What a concasse is you take a tomato, it's right here, see it? You take a tomato.
Peel.
You can't peel a tomato just like that. Just like a pepper, you have to scar the outside. On that, you boil it.
You boil it.
Yeah, what you do is put in a little boiling water, 90 seconds, take it out.
Started a fire.
Uh-oh.
Got a little warm.
There you go. Shock it, okay? And then it'll peel for you, okay?
Okay.
Next, all right, for this, you can mix that, a little parsley, that's all
everything
you.
pretty,
Yep,
okay.
Claude, a little parsley, finish that.
Okay.
And then on the ragu, what I do for the garnish, you always take off the heat when you add Parmigiano Reggiano. Because if you don't, it'll get real stringy, okay? So Claude's doing that.
Always take off the heat when you add Parmesan.
Yeah,
Good
at the
tip.
end, okay? It's off the heat now. Next, you can mix that.
So you just want me to add it in
No,
there?
no, just mix it right
mix
up
it
because we
together,
added it,
okay?
yep.
Not yet.
That's good. Beautiful. Okay. Next, we're going to start plating it up. So I'm going to use the cutting board here.
All right.
All right. Claude will hold off on that. What I'm going to do here is just cut the green onion. And then I'm going to make just some on the bias, okay? And just make some cuts for garnish. See how I'm doing that? Just a little bit, okay? All right. Put that there, a little bit more. Next.
So, about how long will this take from preparation to finish?
Well, you see what we've done right here. It's a real quick dish because you're doing a couple different things. You're doing a little braising and sauteing. So you're looking at about 15 minutes.
15, so it's quick?
Yeah, it's a
easy.
quick dish.
Nowadays, everyone wants quick.
Yeah, you could do this. It's always good, you know, for an appetizer. You could do this as an appetizer. So what I'm going to
So
do
good.
now is put this as the bed, okay? So you got this is going to be on the bottom. See how I'm doing
It smells really,
that? With the
really,
wild
really
mushrooms, with everything. You got to get all that garlic in there, the mushrooms, okay? So that's there. Next, take the scallops. We're going to put them on top, okay, like so.
Make everything look beautiful.
Plate presentation is key. People do eat with their eyes, but a lot of things I've been doing is like ragus and things like that, a little slow food. You know, that's really big right now. So that's all set. Okay, that's our plate presentation. Now we're going to garnish it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's garnish.
All right? It's garnish time. So first things first. Okay. What I want to do is a little green onion. Okay, on top. Then this is the infused olive oil with the concasse, and I just drizzle a little bit of this on top. Okay. It's almost like a little gastrique, you know what I'm saying? See how I'm doing that?
Okay.
And then you just put a little round on the plate. See how I'm doing that?
Yeah.
Give it a little color, okay? Color and contrast and height, people enjoy that, you know what I'm saying? See how I'm doing that?
Color is everything.
Color is
Yep.
everything, okay? Next, what I have here is a little daikon radish sprout, okay? It's the sprouts of the daikon radish.
Okay.
Okay, and then I have some microgreens. These things, wild mushroom, microgreens, things like that, are big. They're available now. You know, 15 years ago, people wouldn't even know what they are, but
Right.
everything's available. So a little microgreens around. This could be micro arugula or micro basil. Okay, all greens, farm.
It's just getting prettier by the second.
Yep, and oh no, see, I like complimenting the dish. This is, remember the fennel?
Okay.
This is the top of the fennel. Okay, the leafy part of the fennel. A little garnish right in the middle. Whoa.
And is this edible or is that just for
Oh yeah,
presentation?
everything's edible.
Everything is,
Everything's
okay.
edible on this dish.
Just making sure.
No, you need to give it a try.
And that's it.
Okay. Really excited. And I love seafood, so.
See, one thing about it, the scallops, you can't overcook them. You know, you can't overcook your soup.
Delicious.
Thank you very much.
It was amazing.
Want to go through the ingredients?
Yes, what we did, first of all, we started off with some 1020 scallops, okay? They were diver scallops. Then we had some fennel. Then we had cremini mushrooms. Then we had oyster mushrooms. And then some broccoli rabe, okay? And then we had, after that, we had a little white wine, stock, garlic, and shallots, okay? And then when we ended it, we added a little stock and then a little butter and Parmesan cheese. And then we plated it up and added the garnish of a little bit of green onion and a little bit of concassate tomato with a little bit of infused oil.
Well, great dish.
All right, thank
really
you very much.
appreciate it, John.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And a big thanks to Southwest Gas for allowing us to use their fabulous cooking facility. We had a great time.
We'll see you next time on This Ain't No Buffet.